Hi, my name's Jeff Hewitt, General Manager here at Cullen Motors, and today is a good day. We're going for a drive in a Z06. So if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, make sure you come down to Cullen Motors at 386 Ontario Street in St. Catharines, and don't forget to click on the link below for your YouTube incentive. Okay, so we're taking this wonderful beast out for a ride today, and I got to tell you, it's an exciting day for me because I got more miles on the racetrack in one of these things than I do on the street. So we're going to go out in the street, see what this is like in the real world. So here we are about to pull out of Cullen Motors, and we got a precipice here, so I'm going to use the front lift here to make sure I don't drag that front splitter. Just lift it up off. We're a little busy here pulling out. So what we're in here is a 2LZ Z06 convertible. It's in beautiful torch red. We have the, you can probably see on the camera, we got the nice two-tone red and black leather. Just drop the front end back down again. So we're gonna go for a little drive here. We'll get ourselves out of the city. Okay, so while we're stopped at a light here trying to get out of Ontario Street, let me tell you what we got going on here. So this is a 2LZ convertible, Z06 Corvette, 2025. Torch red exterior, we've got the red and black two-tone interior. We kind of outfitted this. It's one of our more popular configurations, quite frankly. You'll notice when we get some exterior shots here, we've got a beautiful two-tone with the black roof, black mirrors, black rear spoiler against all the red. We did put the matching red calipers on, and you'll notice some really, really fine details that I like to have in all our Corvettes. Like I've matched, you know, we put black lug nuts on the black wheels, matching the black exhaust tips. So we get a really consistent sort of look as to what this should be like. But right now, you know, pretty amazing. Driving something with this kind of horsepower, you know, this really is, you know, quite a supercar. Lots of power, lots of get up and go. You know, and it's still very, very civilized, you know, driving in the city. I don't feel like it's trying to get away from me. You know, and I'm driving in sport mode, and that's that's kind of the mode I like to drive in around the city. Gives you a little more aggressive shifting, nice quick steering, nice quick feel on the pedals. And of course you got that great sound of that 5.5 flat plane crank sort of singing in your ears. So we're gonna zip around onto 4th here and get ourselves to the 406 here. Really hoping to be able to let this thing go a little bit, but we'll try to play within the normal laws and requirements that we have to. So as you can see here, we've got the top down, and we're about to get on the highway here, and it's really amazing. You can just carry on a conversation and it doesn't seem to matter. God, I love the sound of this thing. It just never gets old. Now I'm gonna be completely honest. I've probably got more miles in a Z06 on the racetrack than I do on the street. You know, as the general manager of a Chevrolet dealership selling a lot of Corvettes, there's some really good days and then there's some great days. This is a great day. You get out to drive and get to do what I do here. But, you know, driving this on the road, it's, you know, this is really a pleasure in every sense of the word. You know, we've got the open air going on, we've got the wonderful sound of this 5.5 liter. Just can't tell you how pleasing that is to the ear. You know, and you can sit and have a conversation because they've done such a great job aerodynamically of this car. You just carry on a conversation, listen to the radio, and it doesn't matter because this thing is so refined. And then when you want to go, it's got all the horsepower you'll ever need. So for example here, you know, our speed limit's about to change. We're about to get a little more speed. Yeah, and if I just want this thing to leap forward, I can just, and it'll go. What we're doing right now is we're heading south in the 406. We're just going to run up the hill out of St. Catharines, and we're going to get to some quieter roads. Oh yeah, it's so tempting. And like I said, you know, like I've got more miles on the racetrack in these things than I do on the street. So I'm sort of used to being, you know, you come out of a corner and you just work the pedal to the floor and let the thing go because it wants to go. And that was just breathing on it, you know. So probably one of the most fun things about driving any Corvette, never mind a Z06, is driving deep into off ramps. It's just letting the car handle and do what it's supposed to do. What a great machine. So here we are now, we're on some of my more favorite roads. So if you're wondering where we are, we're sort of just passing Brock Golf Course, sort of in the upper Thorold area here. And we're just gonna take a nice little scenic drive. Really, this is a beautiful part of Niagara. It's sort of a best kept secret, but down in here, you know, there's not a lot of traffic. And for driving a car like this, You know, once again with the top down. This is actually one of the favorite things that my wife and I do. We go out and we just like to drive, grab some lunch somewhere. And this car here, the way it's set up, just, man, can't say enough about it. So the biggest challenge about driving a car like this is not being into the gas all the time, because it does want to go. You know, when you talk about cornering and, you know, the handling of a car like this, especially on the street, you know, there's way more car here than there is driver, right? So much more likely to run out of talent than run out of car. And it does feel confident. Of course, with your drive settings, you know, you can tailor this car to feel like whatever you want it to feel like. If you like it more of a touring, softer, quieter, you can do all that. Personally, I like the sound of, you know, I want to be able to hear that 5.5. I want to hear what that motor sounds like. You know, especially when you lift the throttle or do something like that, right? You know, and driving it a little deep into corners and things like that, that's just part of the fun of driving a Corvette. You know, never gets old. Just never gets old. So, you know, so here we got a downhill, off camber, right turn, followed by a left turn, and this is, you know, this is fun to drive stuff. Never ever feel at all out of control. Car just does exactly what you want it to do. As Ron Fellows likes to say, you know, you keep quiet hands, right? You don't need a lot of wheel movement to make this car do what you want to do. Favorite generation of Corvette. It's hard not to love this, obviously, the C8s. I'm a big C2 fan, you know, and really, you know, I think out of the front engine stuff, obviously, you know, the C7. I'm still a big fan of the C7 Grand Sport. What a beautiful car, you know, especially for touring. You know, everybody loves the Z06, and that's the, you know, the pinnacle of performance. But that C7 is, you know, Grand Sport is a great touring car, always has been. You have to come and take one of these for a ride. Corvette Z06 2LZ in beautiful torch red, unbelievable. Come down and drive one. Brian Cullen Motors, 386 Ontario Street in St. Catharines. Make sure you click below, get your YouTube special incentive. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our other videos. We'll talk to you soon.